the world's computer, the anti-hack hacker.
I'm already on here.
Brother, wardship, please.
They only have a 6th edition.
6 dead. 4th, 3rd. You can put that at 6 under the bird cage.
But they watered it down though, that's what I'm saying. They watered down the meaning.
Now, as a point, now I want to make that point. I want to make that point to you all, so that anyone that's using them can use them more wisely. That's all.
I don't know if I
And
took stuff out the car.
I don't say not to use them. I'm saying you better watch how you use them. And I prefer only to use it with the conscience of contract with signatures to step back into constitutional principle.
What was the last thing you said? How did you say you prefer to use them how?
To step back into constitutional principle, to secure signatures, and to preserve my rights if I'm doing contract. But I would never try to seek to capture any straw that they've created. I would denounce it, disclaim it, and then disclaim put on the record that no one has power of attorney to operate with that trademark relative to me in any external manner.
That's how,
You know what I mean? Because the point of this, they created, and in a challenge, like say for instance, and this is what happens with a lot of people even with their homes, whereas they take ownership of the straw rather than disclaim it and nationalize and rent it on the season for the season, right? And disclaim his authority of worship over them, because that's what nationality does. Because that means that you're out of minority status and you're capable of taking care of your own affairs. Because that's what sovereignty is, self-authority. But under wardship, you are incapable of that. And they, because the states have our people under wardship, and particularly when our people are using their name lawfully and legally, logically, they don't have to account for the profits and the body or the land. Islam, go ahead.
Wardship says in military tenure, the right of the ward to have custody as guardian of the body and lands of the infant heir without any account of profits until he was 21 or she 16. In sockage, the guardian was accountable for profits, and he was not the lord, but the nearest relative to whom the inheritance could not descend, and the wardship ceased at 14.
Now consider this. So consider the people taking on the title as in a supposed identity, according to the influences of their so-called leadership, the title of minority. Can they come out of wardship? Oh, so then the age doesn't even matter, does it? So then the state remains in the power position of jurisdictional power over the body and the land without accounting for any profits. That's how they kill them with these mortgages. It seems unrelated, but that's a contract, isn't it? Commerce, isn't it? Is that complicated? Not at all. So status is at issue, isn't it? Isn't the first thing in law status? Then jurisdiction and venue? Then adjudication? Why do they always adjudicate? Because the status is already neutral. And the people think they can get a document and therefore be sovereign. You better correct that status first before you can even make the argument. That's why nationality is the key. And people think that, as a matter of fact, people got so distracted with the UCCs, they didn't push nationality aside. Some people, oh, yeah, that's cool, but you know, because what I can do, man, I'll vote my sovereignty. You know, is there any about nationality? They got distracted. You weren't loaded. Ross. Now, we're going to present this again. I wish I had bought the permit. Now, I'm working on my landlord's, he had a garage right there on 40 in Buena Vista, right? 27 miles from Atlantic City. And long, it's about 75 feet long. And so it was rotting out because it was wood and all this stuff, right? So me and him gets a bulldozer and pushes the thing down. So I dug trench and everything, footings in, came up with CMUs, right? So I'm rebuilding it. I'm still working on that, right? So township come up there with their trucks all on the lawn and everything like this, like this stop little type stuff, you know. What you all doing, you know, the thing. And put the old orange stickers all over the building and everything, wallpaper. You know what I mean? All right. And fined him $3,600 and $100 a day as long as it goes on. And it was adding up to about $9,600, right? So he goes to court. So they finally were going to come and lock him up in words and all that. You know, the routine. So we went down there, me and Raj went down there and to township. And they had these long tables in the conference room with all the inspectors and all the guys and the prosecutors. And so they pushed these papers, fill out and all that sort of stuff, permits and stuff. And I said, all right, who's treating? He says, who's treating? Well, there's no treats from here. I said, who's treating? Because the state can't make treaties. That's what I'm talking about. And I said, oh, this document says owner and fee. Oh, this is a contract, right? Well, ain't nothing in feudal law here, and if it is, then prove it. I'll have a discovery for you next week. You come back down there and see us. Stuff like this. So when back there, peeled their stuff off. You printed it out. A Lolio permit. Slapped that up on the wall. It's been working ever since. We came down, talking trash again. We went to court, we took that stuff. I gave them writ of discovery, writ of removal. We took it to district court. Prosecutors and all went down there talking big trash. And the judge said, if y'all came here early, we would have fixed this earlier. Prosecutor told us, yes, these Moors, we had trouble, these Moors, they just big taxes and stuff, and all this stuff. The judge said, your position was fatal from the beginning. You had this paper? Did you all have this? He says, well, fatal. Mr. Bey, apologize to you, not guilty. You better make sure he gets it in writing. Y'all came here earlier, we'd have been done with this. They didn't use no UCC. Perfect. Now, how much you going to stand for what's yours?
That's right.
Are you willing to take the hit?
That's right.
Sovereignty is a low deal. Now let's back up. Let's make sure we understand this. Who are you? What's your nationality? You stuttered. In law, you failed. No, this is very important for everybody. Well, then you can't claim the birthright. No, you can't claim the birthright. That's fine. You don't like it, then you don't. It's fine. Because the distinction of the inheritors here is Moorish American. Because Moors are all over the planet.
Right.
But the inheritors of this land are Moorish American.
A lot of people use it American more, but they don't.
No, they can say what they want to say. I'm not arguing why they're saying it.
But they don't know the prefix.
No. I'm not arguing what they say or what they don't say.
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm putting the law down. The inheritors of this territories that start from the north coast of Africa, across the great Atlantis, even into North, Central, South America, including Mexico and the islands, is Moorish Americans as distinguished from the other Moors. That's the inheritors of this. And any other Moors got inheritors wherever they are, but it ain't here. You understand what I'm saying to you? Now, so when I went up there to that township and talked to them inspectors and the prosecutor said, who's treating, I meant exactly what I said. Because I already know that the states can't make treaties. And if they talk about a treaty, I already got one. And it's the supreme law of the land.